Jay Leno, good morning. It's Eddie Tunick again, one of the stars of the much talked about independent films, the T-Man. Jay, this morning we are here at the world famous Geno Steaks, and we're going to be talking to Joey Vento, the owner of Geno's this morning. This is really exciting. #1 steak, cheesesteak in the world, and Joey is kind enough to give us a little interview this morning. And we're going to find out what makes Geno's Steaks as great as they are. Take a minute. We're going to walk in and see Joey. Right in here. Joe. Vento. How you doing, Joey?
All right, good.
Glad to meet you. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
This is
Joey Vento from Geno Steaks down in South Philly.
Yeah, this is really exciting because I've been eating these steaks probably for over 30 years right now. And if you look on the wall, take a look at all the celebrities that come here when they come in from New York and Hollywood. Guys like Sylvester Stallone, who's a Philly boy. I can name a million people that come here. Joey, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Okay?
Can I sit down?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sit in here. I'm taking care of it. Just got out
You
of the
look
hospital.
great.
Oh, thank you.
You look great.
Well, the man upstairs is giving me a new lease on life.
We're going to sit down. Look at all these pictures. I love this. Get a film of all these pictures. This is phenomenal. In 1940, this is where it all started.
This is my dad. That's my grandfather, first generation.
Oh.
This little bus, believe it or not, is right across the street. That was a graveyard at that time.
Okay.
In fact, there's bodies under there. They're out now, but at that time there was bodies. This here, if you can picture it, is Wharton Street. This here is Passyunk Avenue, and my competitor would be here.
Okay.
All right. For some reason, I don't know, I think there was some incident because the guy across the street was pretty well connected and powerful.
Right.
He got my father evicted from there. Then my father moved to right here. See this building here? This here, there's a body shop, of course, you call Satellite.
Now this is the
This
same
is-
building we're in, right?
No.
Oh,
This is
okay.
across the street.
Oh,
It says
okay.
Satellite. My dad moved from here into there in the 50s.
In the 50s.
Right.
And you, here, sit down.
Yeah.
You worked for your dad.
Oh, that I started when I was 7 years old.
He's 7 years old from the
Yeah, well,
bottom
see,
up.
at that time, by today's standard, we get locked up for child labor. But at that time, we all were working. We all wanted to follow our dad's footsteps. That's the immigrants coming in. We kind of lost that. I think that's something that our generation has lost. Because nobody wants to follow in their parents' footsteps. We made life a little too easy.
Okay, so you started when you were 7 years old. How long did you work for your dad? Before you opened your own, which was in 1966.
What happened is in 1957, I was 18 years old, and me and Dad started to clash a little bit. So I figured, let me go into service for a couple of years.
Right.
So I volunteered for the draft. Was stationed in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Unfortunately, not to get technical, my father had some personal problems. I had to come, that flopped, and there was another place, 20th and something, and I flopped there. Wind up as I came back to the original neighborhood. At that time, there was another steakhouse. It was Joe's Steaks called,
Okay.
which was my father's competitor.
Right, that's why you didn't name your place
Right,
Joe's
right.
Steaks.
Well, I wound up going to work for him.
For Joe's Steaks?
Joe's Steaks.
Oh, okay.
And I was always good at what I did. So I worked, it was $1 an hour. I believe I was working 100 hours a week, like $100.
Right.
And this building at that time, the bums used to sleep in here because there was no walls. You just walk in and out. So I looked over and I said, you know what? I'm going to open up over there. So I went to my father-in-law, who, by the way, was a bookie. Everybody was a bookie in them days, you know? And I sort of asked him for $2,000 to open this place up. My uncle, which was the brother-in-law to my father, who was one of the key guys at Burlow Bending at that time. The cops are against him, you name it. Can't survive. Well, means I married Dad's little girl. He reluctantly gave it to me.
Let me ask you a question. I read that you started your steak, Geno Steaks, with $6 in your pocket,
Well,
2 boxes of steaks, and a couple of hot dogs.
Right, a little hot box of fish cakes, all the little goodies here.
And your competitors gave you 6 months and you laughed at them.
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
And you laughed at them.
Well, because
I love that.
Yeah, well, because I'm the kind of guy, you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to prove you wrong. I mean,
Guess what?
If you're
I'm the same kind of guy.
If you're 6'2", so what? I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
See, I don't let that intimidate me.
Me either.
Right, and that's part of my strength.
Well, everybody's saying the same thing about the T-Man, but the more they hear about this movie, the film is kind of like the Geno steaks. We know what this movie's going to do. It's unbelievable. Steer quality.
That's the big factor.
Oven fresh baked bread. And I love the part where you put delicately grilled onions. Because when you get the onions on this steak, I eat this steak and say, my God, the onions are unbelievable. How are these onions so good? Because they're delicately. You tell everybody how we
You
do
don't
this.
want them mushy, you don't want them too crunchy. You want just that little crackle, give it a little bite to it. And that's why I try to tell people, stick with the basics. Because now, everybody's into mushrooms and peppers.
Right,
That's
right.
a killer. I do my best not to sell them. We're in business, we don't sell. You got to move a line.
Right.
You want the mushroom, go out to a regular steakhouse, get the big steak, put your mushrooms in it. This is a sandwich. Enjoy it for what it is. You got your choices of cheeses. You got the cheese whiz, you got American cheese or provolone, with onions or without. Camouflage. Well, I got a good quality problem. I don't want to camouflage.
Yeah.
I want you to taste it.
And you do. You take.
Well, that's my success. I mean, I've never changed from the day I opened to the day I do now.
Listen, at the end of this interview, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy myself and dip in. I'm getting a provolone cheese.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, now listen, we're going out to Hollywood. We're going to premiere the T-Man movie. We're going to premiere it in Philly first, probably in a couple weeks. I'm going to get you a couple tickets. We want you to come to this premiere. Joey Vento has to come to the premiere of the movie.
All right.
And when I go to Hollywood, Jay, you know, I got to bring you some cheesesteaks. It's ridiculous. Sylvester Stallone, he comes here when he comes into
Nicolas
Philadelphia.
Cage is a big
Nicolas
one.
Cage. Jay, when I come to Hollywood, we have this premiere. I want you to get in touch with me. Okay, you can probably get in touch with me on Facebook or whatever. Let me know how many cheesesteaks I'm going to bring, because I know Sylvester is probably going to want 10 or 15 for him and his friends. Whatever the order is, give me the order. I'll pack it. Joey will help me pack it up. We'll bring it to Hollywood with you. We'll sit down. We'll watch the T-Man movie, and we'll enjoy the steaks. We'll have a great time. But listen, Joey, I appreciate you taking the time.
That's an honor. I'm honored.
No, I'm honored. I really am. And Jay.
That's with my mom.
You're still a handsome guy, Jay, but look how handsome you were then. Joey, how long ago was this picture taken?
Got to be, I bet you close to 40 years.
40? Jay led 40 years ago. He was here eating a steak.
That's it.
Jay, I'm bringing you steaks. Just let me know how many. Okay. Oh my God, I am so excited.
What kind of cheesesteak you got there, Eddie?
Oh my God. Everybody's got to come and get these cheesesteaks. They're unbelievable. Jay, we're going to really enjoy it. You know what? Give me a big order. We'll bring extra ones down now. This is unreal.